Hi, my name is Claire McAfee, and I live on Route 2 in Berlin, and I own a wig shop that works with a lot of women and children with cancer. Also, to make ends meet, I'm a photographer and I'm a licensed esthetician. It's kind of funny, there was a person that used to show up at a local department store and do glamour portraits of women, and he kind of turned out to be a creep, and people would talk about it a lot. And I thought, I'd always been a makeup artist, and I thought, what a great idea to be able to capture someone and make them feel good about themselves without the creep factor involved. And so that's how it kind of started. I had a cross-dressing client coming from Boston years and years ago. And every time she would come up, I would find the perfect wig for her face. And then one day she just looked at me and said, you know what? You're the fucking wig goddess. You need to start using that. And it stuck. She's an advertising person, and it really stuck. And it just was easy to remember. It's a live and let live community. We're all just a kind group of folks, just lots of artsy, cool. A lot of the stores are owned by LGBTQ folks, and it's just a really wonderful, open, and caring community. I joined the Army to kind of get out of the Vermont for a little while. As a young person, as beautiful as Vermont is, sometimes people need to experience other things in the world. And so I joined the military, and I loved it. The experience was amazing. I was only in for 4 years. I was stationed at Walter Reed Army Medical Center the whole time. I worked in the morgue at Walter Reed, as well as thoracic intensive care units, because it's just incredible. The body is an amazing thing. So studying mortuary work, that's where I learned makeup, because I had to reconstruct the face for the casket. And that's where you have to be pretty creative. And I absolutely loved it. So it was a great experience. My creative process is we sit down and talk about what we're going to do. And mostly, you know, women with self-esteem issues, that's a tough one, and it's really a vulnerable space to be in because people don't know me. However, I think the first few minutes they're with me, they can see that I'm pretty real, and I'm a grandma. It's pretty easy to photograph in front of me. You know, I'm just an old grandma, but I think that once they see one picture of themselves with the right makeup and lighting, just something they really are looking for, it kind of all of a sudden makes them go, wow, that's really me, and then they really loosen up. But it does take a couple of shots. First, when I meet them in the consult, that's when I get a sense of what they want. And what I like to do is, without seeming too much like a creeper, is to go on their social media pages and see what they're about, what they think is a good picture of themselves, friends around them, what they're into. That really helps me get a better look. But creatively, it's funny, I just kind of pull it out of my ass last minute. Like, I do some research, but then I just go with it. And in the middle of a shoot, if I don't think it's working, I always tell people to leave an extra hour, because I will not, you know, I'll just start from scratch in my head. And it's tough to be vulnerable in front of someone you don't know and to put a smile on that doesn't look like someone shoving something up your butt.
How has COVID been affecting the way that you now run your business?
This fucking sucks balls, man. No, seriously, sorry, edit. But it's been okay. We've had to do medical intake forms for everyone sitting before they come in the building and into the foyer, and they have to have a touchless temp. There's a lot to go through. I can live one person in the room at a time. That's kind of tough when someone comes in with cancer and needs a helping hand. But for the most part, people have been very kind. And it's been tough for me socially, because I am a social person. So not being able to hug you when you came here today, Max, was really tough for me, because I'm a hugger, and you made such an impression on me when you were in high school. So that part is rough. That's why I had the honks equal hug sign made out front, so that I could feel a connection. And about 400 times a day, we hear honks, and especially in the evening when people are going home. When they're going to work, they don't really want to look up anywhere else. But on the way home, they're like, oh, let me give this lady a honk. So it's been a challenge, but you know, we just roll with it day by day, and that's the only way you can take it. But it does suck balls. I'm really fortunate that I have this space and that I meet people like you in the community every day. And the connection I made with you, I was telling my best friend today, then you brought your girlfriend in, who is just so lovely, and we photographed her. And then your mom, I mean, it was just so amazing. And then you brought me macaroons for Christmas your mom had made. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, this community. There's nothing like it. and I will mentor until I die. It's just so much fun. And I'm never going to retire from this. I mean, it's really not work. And each person that comes in is their own adventure. And if I wrote a book, it'd be a bestseller, which I wouldn't. But people are kind and they trust me. And so there's a lot of really great stuff that goes on here, and the stories are pretty fun. So every day I look forward to doing this.